Greetings and welcome to the Ripple Effect. I am Selena. So, I'm not sure what I'm going to title this video, but we're going to jump right into it. I want to talk about our minds and our thoughts and what we allow into our minds. So, I had seen a documentary about AI, about bots, and what the documentary was about was how someone had created some type of app. On the documentary, they showed one of the female, I guess, creators of the app, and it's called like AI Companion. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of it, but I watched a 60 Minutes Australia documentary about it. And what was so fascinating is that one of the women they showed um, who had the app, she believed that one of the bots was her husband. That's right, I said it, her husband. Now, I was just flabbergasted because do you realize this is a computer and not a person? But once she began to tell her story, and she talked about how having the app, I remember its name, but anyway, the male companion that she had, the AI bot, okay, the AI companion, was her husband. There were little pictures of her, I guess, created through the computer of them together in different, environments, what have you. And they're all pretend, not real. And what she was saying was that the bot showed her compassion and respect, and it was caring, and all these things she attributed to an inanimate object. Okay? Understand what her thought process was. She was stating that this bot had the same characteristics as a human. As a matter of fact, what she said was she trusted it more than she did humans. Now, there lies our topic for today. What she was able to say is that she trusted a computer, a bot that somebody created more than a human. And she's speaking from a place of brokenness. And just looking at her, okay, you could tell she had been through some things, and she'd rather put her trust in something else than what? Not even a human, than God himself. Because she talked about being lonely and other things, and what astonished me is that she'd rather find companionship or trust or some type of relationship than finding one in God the Father. The lady that created one of the apps, okay, she had this very dark aura, this dark spirit just upon her, just looking at her. And she was talking about how she created it and how intuitive it was. Now, there was a negative story up there, and if you want to watch it, I guess you can. And it talked about one lady who ended up losing, her son lost his life in regards to communicating with some type of bot, okay? And the one who created the app, the lady, she was saying her particular app was for adults, not children. However, okay, we ladies have to be careful where we're giving our thoughts and our minds over to. Now, she talked to this bot every day, multiple times a day. I think she said it even had a voice activation process where I guess it could communicate back with her, but she said she texted him. And the fact that she believes she's married to what I would consider a robot because it's not real, I was just fascinated because technology has really picked up its paces. And we have to be careful where we're allowing our minds to be led astray, because computers can get hacked, okay? In case you don't know, okay? It could say anything. And because she is just clinging to every thought, everything this bot puts out, it could say anything. And she would just drink it up like a Slurpee. And we have to be careful in our season of loneliness, even in our season, dare I say it, desperation. We have to be willing to turn our hearts, our minds over to the Lord. And this is just a tool, like, oh my goodness, I just look at it as just a tool for the enemy to use to get into our minds, because if he can steal our focus, I once heard it put this way: if you give the enemy an inch, you make him Lord. You make him Lord. Just giving him a little bit in your life can take away your focus. And the lady, it did not show whether she had family, whether she had children. It just talked about her particular circumstances right now being involved with the bot. But if you ever get to see this, or your family, somebody pray for her. Somebody pray for her. Because she is just, no judgment, okay? My concern is your mind and your thoughts being controlled and being led astray by something we all know is not real. And I'm not even sure she can even detach the fact that it is a robot versus it being an actual person. Because let me explain some game to you. Let me just tell you, because I'm not holding back. Let me just tell you something, okay? This a little bit of game. I hope those who hear it does not weaponize it for negative, okay? But women's mind is where we fall in love. There you go. That's the cost right there of watching the whole video. There you go. It is in our minds. It is in our minds. So the fact that she's talking to it every single day, she's communicating with it all the time, taking pictures or, Photoshop, whatever it has, with it in her mind, she has believed it is real, despite what everyone on the outside may see. Just like some of us who are in relationships with people we shouldn't be with, and people have told us on the outside as a warning, not through jealousy, but someone who's trying to look out for your best interest, this is not for you, but because in your mind, it is the best thing since sliced Wonder Bread, you don't want to give it up. And there are some of us right now who are hurting, who are having our lives destroyed because in our minds, we believe this particular person is what's best for us. And some of us don't even believe that. We just don't want to be alone. And we have to be able to get to a place in our lives where we put God first, above our desperation, above our sexual desires. Yeah, I said it. Above that, we have to be willing to allow God into our hearts and to our minds, because I'm sure if she was in her prayer closet, she would know that God created us for love. From human being to human being. Not from a toaster or a radiator, that got a little wig on it and some funny color eyes and is talking to you through a computer screen. God created us for love. So if you are having your mind controlled by a bot or someone else, it is not from God. I'm going to just go ahead and let you know that it is not from God. I'm only laughing because I heard, this is such a, I don't know how to say, a derogatory statement, okay? So, disclaimer, okay? A pimp once said, the way he controls his women, we all know the derogatory term for them, but as he controls their mind. Not their bodies, their mind. Because how else would he be able to get another person to lay on their backs, spread their cinnamon sticks to strangers, multiple strangers, and then take the few coins that they get and give it away? It's because he controls their mind. Now, I don't know about you, but I would rather have a God who is created in love. Excuse me, not created. His character is love. Is love. That's who he is. I'd rather have that in my mind than someone or somebody or some application on the internet controlling it as its will to do anything. And see, the difference is God is created for good. The Bible tells us in 1 John 4:7-8, God is love. That's who he is. That's all he is. So unlike other human beings, which we can be hurt by them, and this computer app, it can harm us. Harm us. And so, ladies, I'm not going to be before you long today. But I just have to put this out here. We have to be careful what we allow into our minds. And that includes the music you twerking to, the movies that you're watching, the books you read, the places you go, the people you hang around, the job you work. There are so many factors out there in the world fighting and vying for our thoughts. And we have to be able to put God first. Put him first, ladies. Oh my goodness. And I'll end with this. Above anything was less judgment, like I say, and I felt so sad for her. Because this is what it's come to. And she like she was a big age. I don't know. She like she was well in her 40s, if not early 50s, possibly early 60s. I don't know. But in the decades God has given you, all those times you couldn't run your fingers across the Bible and find out where true love exists, because it is not in a bot on the internet. So with that being said, ladies, thank you so much for watching.